everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I am Claire and this is the Wanderlust way. In today's video, I'm going to do you a little walk around a really pretty little town in North Yorkshire called Helmsley. I think I pronounced that right. If I haven't, please let me know if you're local and I've done it wrong. I'm going to show you around the centre, which features around the market square and around all the little shops. There's also a really lovely church and a castle, which I'm going to tell you a little bit of history about that, including a really cool story. It'll be found on the A170 road, around 14 miles from Thirsk, 13 miles from Pickering, 24 miles north of York. If you enjoy the video, please, as always, give it a thumbs up to help me grow the channel. And if you're new here and you want to come on more wanderlusting adventures, then do subscribe. Okay, so let's walk. We're going to start today's wandering adventure at the Anglican Parish Church of All Saints, which funnily enough can be found on Church Street. It's a Grade 2 listed building which has regular services on a Sunday and is open daily from 9 AM till 4 PM. I'm told there's been a church in Helmsley since before the Norman conquest, and the churchyard was used as a marketplace in Anglo-Saxon times. Crossing the road from the church and heading towards the market square, we can find many of the shops, most of which are independent and some of which are award-winning. I found there to be a good range of variety with butchers, bookshops, gift shops and many boutiques. As this walk took place in December, it was a good place to pick up some last-minute Christmas gifts, especially if you're looking for something a bit more unusual or unique. Everybody I met was incredibly friendly and welcoming, and it felt like a really relaxed and safe place to indulge in some retail therapy if that's the sort of thing that you're liking. On the right we have the Helmsley Town Hall, which is a community charity run by volunteer trustees in the centre. It was built in 1901 in the Queen Anne style and is protected by a Grade 2 listing. In 1958, the then Earl of Feversham gave the hall to the population of Helmsley Parish, originally to serve as a courtroom and to provide a place of community to pursue recreational activities. If you go on their website, it does tell you what events are held throughout the year. Helmsley appears to be centred around its market square, which I've discovered has been the focal point for centuries. It continues even to this day to host a market each Friday, which sells everything from clothes to fresh food. This runs alongside a craft fair on the same day inside the town hall. The area appears to be a strong supporter of local businesses and artisans, which is always brilliant to see. And if you do decide to visit on market day, just to let you know that parking won't be possible in the market square. Okay, so what is a country town without its pubs? And there were a few dotted around in Helmsley. I imagine it would make a good place for a decent pub crawl, to be honest. Many I noticed were dog friendly as well, and the ones I saw were all incredibly charming, many with that traditional old English pub appeal. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough time on this occasion to explore all the pubs of Helmsley, although I did pop in the Royal Oak for some light refreshment and can recommend that. If you are familiar with the area yourself or have sampled some of the watering holes, please do drop your recommendations in the comments section for anybody who might be planning a visit. Thank you. Chips. Got a sweet shop here. This is cute. It's really cute. What's all down there? More shops down there. DIY, homeworks, galleries, beauties, flowers. Sweet shop. Big Bear. This? It's a giant tin man. The town feels generously compact, retaining its medieval layout around the marketplace we just walked from. Archaeological discoveries indicate that the area was first settled in around 3000 BC, and small farming communities existed here throughout the Neolithic, Bronze and Iron Ages and into the Roman times. Vikings also left their mark in the Old Norse dialect, and you'll see this today if you walk around with the ending of the word gate on many of the street names. There's a large conservation area here which contains 433 buildings, and there are 51 of these in the town that are listed. Most of the small buildings in the conservation area are built of local cream and honey coloured stone, which is really, really cute. So we're walking back on ourselves now, as this street runs parallel to the one we've just been down. And as we keep walking, we'll discover we end up back in the market square. But that's not first before seeing a number of other restaurants. There's an Indian restaurant to the right, and also the Nationwide Bank, which is on our left. In the centre of the market square, you can find the Feversham Monument, which is a Gothic memorial to the second Baron Feversham. William Duncombe, the second Baron, was born on the 14th of January 1798, and he died on the 11th of February 1867. He served as a Tory Member of Parliament and was prominent in the affairs of the Royal Agricultural Society. And like I say, you can see his monument, which is quite an important part of the market square. Let's leave the main square now and take the very short walk towards the castle. The ruins of the 12th century Helmsley Castle can be seen looming over the town. Today it is looked after by the English Heritage, and it is possible to visit if you want to go ahead and have a closer look. The castle came under siege during the English Civil War, and as a result, part of that castle was destroyed. During the 17th century, the castle was owned by George Villiers, Duke of Buckingham. What's quite interesting about that is that George was the subject of the children's nursery rhyme, Georgie Porgy Pudding and Pie kissed the girls and made them cry. Do you remember that nursery rhyme? Let me know in the comments. George was said to be a playboy type figure who enjoyed numerous affairs with the young ladies at the court, which caused obviously a lot of resentment. Because of his relationship with King James I, George was considered protected, but it didn't stop someone writing the nursery rhyme about his antics. For my viewers that love ghost stories, it's not surprising that an old castle ruin comes with the rumour of a resident spirit or two, and I'm told there are at least 2 ghosts here at Helmsley Castle. Reported sightings include that of a starving soldier, dating back to the time of the English Civil War, and a lady in a long green dress, sometimes spotted both inside and outside the castle during the dead of night. She is said to walk around regularly through the grounds with her dress floating eerily behind her. Both have been reported by visitors to the castle. Have you heard any of the spooky sightings up at the castle? Have you visited? Let me know in the comments. And if it's a ghost stories you do like, then head over to the channel's main page, as I've covered quite a few haunted spots in past videos. An alley runs behind the back of the castle, and if you follow its trail you will come back on yourself into the hub of the town again. Here there was a charming allotment and a number of eateries and fine looking shops to peruse. The town itself seems to circle around, so it is a hard place to get lost in, which is always a bonus if you want a leisurely stroll, and it perfectly leads us back to the start of our walk and back to the church. But before we finish off, I wanted to share with you an interesting story I discovered when I was researching the area of Helmsley, and it comes from when the BBC made a show in 2011 about historic cold cases. They visited the location of Rydale Windy Pits, which is a series of rock shelters located on the western slope above the River Rye, not too far from here at all. Their name derives from their tendency to emit gusts of air and steam from narrow entrances. The investigation was to shed light on a tangle of 2,000-year-old bones that were found in the 1950s. Evidence revealed that at least one of these had been scalped, and more bones found in neighbouring pits showed signs of blunt force trauma, as well as a shin bone which had markings consistent with the removal of flesh from bones. So pretty grim, really. I didn't get the chance to visit the Windy Pits on this visit, but I was fascinated to learn that there was obviously an important, if not somewhat morbid, historical event that has taken place in what now appears a most picturesque part of the countryside. Have you seen the documentary? Let me know in the comments, please, if you have anything more to add on that story. So that's it. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.